Welcome back. All new at 6. Swedish automaker Saab stopped production of new cars more than 10 years ago. But during their heyday, they sold thousands in the United States.
Tony has a story of a local man who has owned a Saab for 50 years and the twist of fate that helped him get it in this morning's all new Behind the Wheel.
There are plenty of ways cars come into people's lives. Sometimes you get exactly what you want. Other times it's a hand-me-down, or maybe you're just looking for basic transportation. But every now and then, a car comes into a person's life, and it becomes their destiny to own it.
I was a student at the University of Washington parking in the student parking lot in about 1970 or 71. I saw a Saab Sonett, the first time I'd ever seen one, and I was just blown away. I knew that Saab made jet airplanes, but this thing looked like a four-wheel jet airplane, and I walked around it and I was blown away.
That was the first time Ken Rohn saw this 1969 Saab Sonett. The second time was 3 years later, when he spotted it in the parking lot of the bank where his girlfriend, Linda, was a teller.
Whose is it? She says it belongs to one of the tellers. Well, tell her if she ever wants to sell it to let me know.
As it turns out, she did want to sell it. $1,800 later, the very same car he flipped over 3 years before was his.
I had it made. I had the girlfriend of my dreams. I had the car of my dreams. I had a good job. I had a high draft number.
The only thing missing, of course, was a wedding.
I got the car in May 73. We were married in May 74. And from that time forward, it's been ours.
Since then, Ken and Linda have clocked countless road trips in the Saab, but the first might have been the most memorable.
It was our honeymoon to San Francisco, down the Oregon coast, California coast, San Francisco. All of our luggage fit in the back.
As the Rohns settled into domestic life, the Saab settled right in with them.
I had about a 4-mile commute from the house to the bank, and I could take a back road, and it was kind of windy. We always called it mellow yellow.
Yeah, well, that was the factory name for this color.
Cute and quirky, the 1969 Saab Sonett is different from other cars of its era. The body is made of fiberglass. The engine, a Ford V4. It has a built-in roll bar, but alas, no air conditioning. And then there's the transmission.
Well, there's 3 pedals, but with 4-speed on the column. That's pretty unusual.
Learning to drive on the column is not like learning to drive with a steering.
With the days of long road trips behind them, Ken and Linda will still take the Saab out to car shows and the occasional road rally.
We've been involved in some groups that do the time, speed, distance car rallies.
I'm the navigator, and you're in the car for 4 or 5 hours or longer. But the next rally, it's time for the microphone and the earphones so we can hear one another.
With no plans to sell and plenty of family committed to its care, this Saab is destined to be part of the Rohn legacy for generations to come.
We're very happy that it's still running, and we bring a smile to a lot of faces.
Tony Martinez, Fox 12 Oregon.
That is what a fabulous story. And pristine.
That. Yeah, oh
My
God. And the dashboard is untouched. I mean, it's just the original, but it's just in amazing condition.
Wow.
But that picture of the two of them, that's when they're actually leaving on their honeymoon.
I love
the
it.
old picture. It's so cute.
I mean, I have goosebumps. I love it. It's the cutest little car, and just a great story in that legacy.
Even the pedals barely seemed worn.
I know.
Honestly.
It has about 60,000 miles on it.
There's only 60,000 miles on that.
Right, yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Gosh, they didn't take too many road trips to San Francisco.
Not too many, a few of them, but no, they're taking excellent care of that
I
car.
love
Wow, that is great.
The list of my favorite Tony stories is bursting at the seams.
I can't choose.
Something new always moves to the top.
Yeah, that is great. We're going to